Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State Head of Service urges civil servant to redouble effort in the new year. Governors of North Central State lament attacks in Plateau State, urges federal government to end killings. On the foreign scene, Japan begins twin probes into rare Tokyo runway collision. In sports, 17 players arrive Super Eagles camp ahead training for 2023 Africa Cup of Nations tournament. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State government has urged civil servants to redouble their effort in discharging their statutory duties in the new year. The head of service, Bode Aguru, made the call during his address at the 2024 First Work Day Interdenominational Prayers and Thanksgiving session organized for public servants. Aguru, who spoke to the workers via Zoom at the Adeyemi Bureau Auditorium Alausa, acknowledged the commitment, loyalty, and dedication of public servants, saying there is a need for them to redouble their efforts and be more dedicated to their work more than before. He thanked God that despite the turbulence and challenges of 2023, the Almighty in His infinite mercy made the workers see another year. According to the HOS, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has graciously approved procurement of 120 units of brand new vehicles to be allocated to substantive grade level 17 directors in the Lagos State Public Service. Aguru said this is in appreciation of their dedication, attainment of ministerial mandate, and fulfillment of the governor's electioneering campaign. Noted that the government also intends to improve the provision of other welfare packages, including health and housing, for the benefit of all civil servants in the state. Also, the Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Sukomi Igbola, advised public servants to continue to be more thankful to God for His protection, provision, and indeed all seen and unforeseen grace for everyone. Lagos State government has expressed its determination to serve all sundry while delivering the dividends of democracy to Lagosians. He also pledged continuous effort and commitment to addressing the socio-economic challenges faced by citizens. The government, through the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, presented checks to 2 indigent Lagosians to alleviate their financial burdens and improve their livelihoods. Special Advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, Afolabi Tajudeen, averred that the office will follow up on the judicious use of the fund through its monitoring officers. The federal government has banned 18 foreign universities operating in Nigeria, describing them as degree mills. The directive affected 5 universities from the United States, 6 from the United Kingdom, and 3 Ghanaian tertiary institutions. Also, the Federal Ministry of Education announced the temporary suspension of evaluation and accreditation of degree certificates from the Republic of Benin and Togo. In a statement published on its website, the ministry warns Nigerians to avoid enrolling in such institutions. Meanwhile, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has requested that similar measures be taken against home-based institutions running unaccredited courses. Now to the rest of the stories. Governors of the 6 North Central State have lamented the attacks and recent killings in Plateau State by gunmen, urging the federal government to end killings. Chairman of the North Central Governors Forum and Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, described the killing as unacceptable when he led his colleagues on a condolence visit to the Governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang, at the Rayfield Government House in Jos. Sule noted that the attacks had persisted for too long and insisted that the federal government must get to the roots of the problem and find a lasting solution. It will be recalled that gunmen attacked 25 communities in 3 local government areas of Plateau and killed over 200 people on Christmas Eve. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris has called on the private sector to play a leading role in actualizing the federal government initiative on compressed natural gas (CNG) in the country. Speaking at the inauguration of a plant and graduation of 40 CNG conversion technicians in Abuja, Idris noted that CNG is more cost-effective means in the transportation sector. He commended the foresight of President Bola Tinubu, championing the adoption of CNG as a dominant alternative to premium motor spirit (PMS) in powering commercial and private vehicles. The minister noted that the government has committed 100 billion naira to the project, adding that the CNG and its inherent opportunities have been welcomed by the Nigerian Labour Congress. In foreign news, Japan's transport authorities have commenced inspection of the charred remains of a passenger jet and a Coast Guard plane that collided at a Tokyo airport, while media say police were also investigating possible professional negligence in the case. All 379 people aboard the Japan Airlines had a miraculous escape after it erupted in flame following Tuesday's crash with the Havilland-8 Coast Guard turboprop shortly after landing at Haneda Airport. Meanwhile, 5 people died among the 6 Coast Guard crew responding to a major earthquake on the west coast, while the captain who escaped the wreckage was badly injured. Aviation experts say such runway collision, once a recurring safety problem, have become far less frequent and attributed the feat to modern ground tracking technology and procedures. Japanese authorities say the cause of the crash is unclear. In sport now, a total of 17 players have arrived at the Super Eagles training camp in United Arab Emirates, UAE, ahead of preparations for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The arrival of the players was revealed on the Super Eagles X handle this morning. The players already in camp are Hamid Musa, Kenneth Omero, Moses Simon, Olorunleke Ojo, Alex Wobi, Semi Ajayi, Olaino, Calvin Bassi, Ademola Lukman, and Joe Aribo. Others are Frank Oyeka, Bruno Oyemachi, Chidozie Awaziam, Seydou Sanusi, Victor Boniface, Raphael Onyedika, and Bright Osai Samuel. And that's it on the news at noon. But just before we go, carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that's the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered over 1,000 residents at the 3rd phase of the Mega Empowerment Program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has urged civil servants to redouble their effort in discharging their statutory duties in the new year. Governors of the 6 North Central State have lamented the attacks and recent killings in Plateau State by gunmen, urging the federal government to end killings. We also told you that Japan's transport authorities have commenced an inspection of the charred remains of a passenger jet and a Coast Guard plane that collided at a Tokyo airport, while the media said police were also investigating possible professional negligence in the case. And finally, in sport, a total of 17 players have arrived the Super Eagles training camp in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, ahead of preparations for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowalaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Up next is Lunchtime Waka with MC Eyes.